Welcome to Medicarians Live. I'm joined by Susan Plumer, the Chief Growth Officer of ConnectureDRX. If I'm correct, ConnectureDRX is the most widely used shopping and enrollment platform. Is that correct?
That is correct,
yes.
Jay.
All right,
yes,
good.
you got that perfect.
I love having the most widely used, right? It wouldn't be as fun if you were the second most widely used, right?
That is correct,
So
and we wouldn't want to be here promoting that, would we?
That's true. So tell us, there may be all of one person out there that doesn't know about ConnectureDRX, but and about you. So please tell us a little bit about both of them, if you don't mind.
Okay, sure. So, me personally, I've been in the healthcare space for about 20 years. I grew up in the healthcare IT world and working with hospitals and health systems. I've been with Connecture for the last about a little over 6 years.
Oh, wow.
And since November, I've been the Chief Growth Officer, so now leading all of sales and account management and marketing for both our health plans and our FMO and agency partners.
You sit, and congratulations on the promotion. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
And so ConnectureDRX sits in a very unique position. And you can tell a bit more about sort of that and some of what you get to hear and learn as a result of that position?
So it's funny, when people hear me talk about Connecture, I often refer to us as the Matchmaker in Medicare. So having the largest distribution network in Medicare, what that means is that we connect carriers to agents and agents to carriers and the plans that they sell. And this year, we are adding a third distribution channel to kind of our ecosystem, which would be the providers.
Ah, okay. Now,
So does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. And so, I guess speaking of providers, not that I should be talking about another conference, but you do an annual event.
Oh.
And so tell us about that, because it sounds like, I believe, the sort of some great things happened.
So yes, we have done a customer conference for the last 5 years that was very focused on what we call our multi-carriers, that is our FMOs and agency partners. And last year we got some really interesting feedback from them saying, look, you guys sit in such a unique position having carriers, we have over 60 plus health plans using Connecture, 160 carriers on the platform selling their plans. We'd love to be able to have them in the room and hear what they have to say and hear our feedback. So the lucky thing about now leading both segments of our business is I thought, wow, that's a great idea. I'm not sure anyone's going to come, but let's try it.
We know that feeling.
You know that feeling?
We do know that feeling, yes.
And it was, I would call, electrifying. It was one of the highlights of my career here at Connecture. So we had in one room, major health plans, regional health plans. We had value-based care providers. We had our ancillary partners, and we had, many of our FMO and customers, and the feedback, it was just sharing and watching collaboration of people trying to, solve the most difficult thing, that a senior has to do today, which is making, a Medicare decision.
Well, you mentioned in that value-based care, I believe there's a new value-based care initiative at ConnectureDRX?
Yes, so this is something that is very near and dear to my heart because it's so mission-driven, right? So we, our mission is to simplify complex decisions for seniors, but this is taking it one step further and making sure that they get the care they deserve. So a lot of seniors don't even know what value-based care is and that's something that's available to them. And there really is a shift and a pivot in the market of going from fee-for-service to value-based care, especially on the Medicare side. We are launching on our platform education tools so that agents can understand and know when it's right to be introducing, a value-based care provider to their decision making and helping to educate the consumers that this is something that is available if if it fits them,
Yeah. We talked a little bit about sort of the decision of a plan, and a lot of that, and we think about IMOs and FMOs, a lot of that is on getting enrollments, but clearly a big piece is retention. And so I assume that ConnectureDRX must have a role in the retention process as well.
We do, and again, it's largely because we sit in the middle of this ecosystem with the health plans and so many agents and all the data that we can gather from year over year and how consumers shop and what what best fit plans and all of the algorithms that we have to help determine what the best fit plans. But we also have ways to for agents to see that which of their membership. So if you're an agent, you have a whole book of business, we have ways for that information to be available for them from a plan comparison standpoint and see which ones that they need to be reaching out to. And we're doing a lot of now post-member engagement with carriers, post-member enrollment, so that the agent can be along further in the journey with the member. That's really big for retention. Also, value-based care providers and plans have a very high retention rate because they're constantly taking care and in touch with those seniors, so they're less likely to leave that plan.
So we think about, you are a technology company.
Yes.
Technology can oftentimes be very cold and impersonal, but I believe that you have very passionate about some idea of not making it so impersonal.
Yes, so personalization is a huge problem in the industry in general, especially since we've just been through COVID. And finding a warmer way to connect with a senior instead of sending them a computer form to fill out is very near and dear to Connecture's heart and our mission, right? So finding ways to help agents connect and be able to introduce tools for them to more personalize their member experience. And last year we introduced personalized videos so that agents, instead of just sending like a quote and the plan information with so much for seniors to have to read and go through. And I don't know about you, but like I'm pretty much an auditory learner, so I like when someone tells me something. So these videos are like saying, hey, Jay Weintraub, based on your health information and the doctors that you selected and the drugs that you take and the pharmacy you go to, these could be the best fit plans for you. And we had like a huge conversion rate, which means
absolutely.
And they read them. Like 27% of the seniors that read those read the personalized videos enrolled in a plan.
I mean, pretty amazing. I mean, it makes such sense, but yet, right? It's a lot easier to say, here you go. Please fill it out.
100%. Yeah. And it's cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me send you this on an email. Let me text it to you, and you fill it out and send it in, right? So
yes.
And we're finding better ways to connect the information that carriers need, like for an HRA and so that they can really understand the health of the member right away and can start getting engaged with the members earlier on in their journey.
That's great. Well, Susan, it has been a delight. Thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate you being here.
Happy to be here again. Thanks for inviting me back.
Of course, it is our annual tradition.
Yes, I hope so. I hope so.